Good afternoon, students, and welcome to today's lecture on how to be an archaeologist. I'm your professor, Dr. Rob Steffen, and today we are going to crack the code of ancient Greek temple superstructures. That's the part sitting above the ground. So, imagine this. You're standing in front of a majestic Greek temple, and somebody's just like, oh, wow, nice columns. You sigh. Columns? That's just the beginning. The real magic of Greek architecture is in the superstructure, the roof, the entablature, and the decorative elements that turn a pile of stone into a divine masterpiece. If you can name these parts, you won't just see a temple, you'll read it like an ancient blueprint. So let's go ahead and break it down into 5 key elements so you can impress everyone with your knowledge of ancient Greek temple ruins. Alright, so let's start with the stylobate, the foundation of everything. Before we look up, let's go ahead and start at the bottom. The stylobate is the top step of the temple's base, the platform that supports all the columns. It might seem basic, but don't underestimate it. Greek architects were obsessed with perfection. They even curved this platform slightly upward in the middle to counteract the kind of optical illusion. It makes it look flat even though it is indeed curved. So if you see a set of temple steps and you want to sound smart, just say, check out that stylobate curvature. It's an engineering masterpiece. Boom, instant respect. Next up, we've got the peristyle, the forest of columns. So the peristyle is the outer colonnade that surrounds the temple, giving it that kind of iconic Greek look. The number of columns and how they are arranged varies by temple style, but generally, Doric columns are thick and simple, Ionic ones are more slender with scrolls, and Corinthian ones are kind of extra fancy with leaf decorations. And usually, the proportions were the long side of the temple would have twice as many columns as the front, plus one extra. The peristyle wasn't just for show. It provided shade and framed the temple's sacred space. So if you want to sound extra sharp, count the columns along the front, multiply by 2, and then add 1. Chances are, that's how many columns run along the sides. Greek symmetry at its finest. Next up, the entablature, the temple's fancy hat. So let's keep our journey going upward. Sitting at the top of the columns is the entablature. That's basically the horizontal superstructure that ties everything together. It has 3 key parts. The architrave is the bottom part of it. That's the part that rests directly on the columns. Next up, we've got the frieze. This is the middle section, which was frequently decorated with carvings or triglyphs and metopes. Triglyphs being the 3 vertical lines, metopes being the square kind of blank or carved areas in between them. And then we have the cornice, which is the top edge, forming a kind of decorative overhang. So if the entablature is plain and blocky, you've probably got yourself a Doric temple. If it's got a continuous carved frieze sculpture all the way around, then it's likely Ionic. And if it looks like an overachiever covered in floral patterns, say hello to Corinthian. Alright, now let's conclude with the pediment, where all the drama happens. Now let's look at the triangular space at the very top of the temple. That, my friend, is the pediment, and it's where Greek sculptors really got to show off. So pediments housed huge mythological scenes, like the birth of Athena on the Parthenon, or Zeus throwing down thunderbolts. These weren't just decoration. They told stories that reinforced the temple's purpose. So next time you see a ruined temple, look up. Even if the sculptures are gone, you can say, that pediment probably had an epic god fight carved into it. And guess what? You'll probably be right. Alright, so let's go ahead and conclude with our Greek temple superstructure cheat sheet. At the bottom, we have got the stylobate, the top step of the temple base, subtly carved for optical perfection. Surrounding the temple, we've got the peristyle. That's the colonnade that surrounded everything, defining its architectural style. Right above the columns, we have the entablature, the big horizontal section that kind of capped the columns and connected them all together. And that was broken down into the architrave, then the frieze, and then the cornice from kind of low to high. And finally, we've got the pediment, the triangular area on top, home to very dramatic mythological sculpture. And there you have it. So you're never going to see just a pile of columns again. Go forth and break down Greek temples like a boss.